know that make this theater function, and they're back there. I want you to stand up and turn around and wave to the person. This is the technical staff of this theater. And Scott, I told you the third cut. Let's do the first one right at the very end, okay? Hey, I wanted, you know what, this is crazy. I was going to put the Coke bottle up and put the ping pong ball on it and make everybody go by and try to... That's a stupid thing, remember? It's to set you up for failure, and I really don't want to do that. And I did mention that FOCUS stands for fantastic opportunities, are unbelievably successful in helping people to achieve. And the O-N is to own them now. And the focus is on everything. The hardest job you're going to have is to try to explain what has happened to you here. Do you know that? Because sometimes people at home, they missed you, but they also know the lawn needs mowing, and they need some attention needs given, and they know that they want to know who was here, and they want to know what happened, and they want to know what you did. But what you did isn't nearly so important as how you felt about it, how you were determined to be in it, how love enveloped it. I mean, the things that really make the difference start from that quote that I started you off with, where a doctor presented me with Joe, who is now more than 50 years old, more than your parents' age, and he's the dean of students at George Washington University. One leg, his right one, and the other one has been artificial for I think 27 times. And the idea of having the doctor say to me, there must be something really important for you to do. And the doctor's name was Kevin Schoenewald. And then I told you about rolling the car and destroying it, the caravan. You remember that? And a mechanic whose name was Kevin looked at it the day after, and the caravan went from this high down to this high. Oopsie, there went the pop ball put back. And the fun part, he said, whoever was driving this is no longer living. And then I said, a piece of glass, that was it. And he said, must be something really important for you to do. And then the American Airlines pilot just, 2 years ago. And there he was, and we knew the plane should have blown up, and we knew that we also had been killed. And he walked away at the Conoco station in Denver, Colorado, where I was pumping gas, and he walked about 10 paces, turned, and said, we should have died that day. You and I have something really important to do. And then we had regional conferences in Kansas this last year, and I never had more fun. And David, every time we stopped, would say, this may be the most important and marvelous thing we need to do. Isn't that a crazy place to start? And I thought, well, there are some things I want to tell you, because I met Nietzsche. And when I was in college, I was a philosophy major. And that's the worst thing you can be, because you practice saying, do you want fries with that? Oh, there he goes. And do you want fries with that is not necessarily a thing that's a helpful thing in our civilization. But Nietzsche said something I didn't know. And I had the mistaken problem of having to study him in German. And my German is terrible. And so it was this kind of thing. And I want you to hear what he said. It's just a quote of importance to me. And it might be something you can use. It said, and those who were seen elegantly dancing in the rain with fervor and enormous joy were thought to be insane by those who could not hear the music. And then it was stretched out. Those who observe activities people, the kids, the student leaders, the advisors, elegantly dancing in the rain, truly believe that these people who are watching, the observers, think those activities people are insane, when actually these onlookers simply have never earned the power to hear the magnificent music that we saw here this night. and sometimes their lives are forever empowered by the learning experiences which activities programs engrave on their very souls. And the man's name is Nietzsche. And the activities are profound, memorable, precious, emotional, exciting, interactive, significant, but most of all, really important in human lives and valuable beyond measure for their results now and in the future. See, these were invented by people in the United States because the Depression happened and all of a sudden everybody went to high school. That's because you could have free lunch. But they didn't have a full curriculum. And as a consequence, they had activities periods and activities times. And there was a magazine invented in Kansas called School Activities. And I became an editor of that and wrote on it every single month for a long, long time when I was just barely out of college. And in the course of all this, we keep seeing some things that go on that are miracles, and it's because people went to school because those activities were there. Those things that you know to be student council events. It was just a phenomenal time. And more, and then they organized the National Association of Student Councils. I'm the same age as that organization. I think it's 112 or something like that. And in the course of this, have I had fun being here. A man named Nelson Hartman, who was the executive director of